Hello students, my name is Pooja Pathak and today we are going to study the topic conducting system of myogenic heart, and this is the topic from the chapter body fluid and circulation. We have already covered the three parts of this chapter, so if you have not seen those topics, please go through my channel and now we will discuss about the conducting system of the myogenic heart. So let's start with the topic. Now coming to the conduction, see the conduction of this heart takes place, or the pathway is the SA node, AV node, AV bundle, or we can the His bundle, and Purkinje fibers. Okay, these are the four ways. This is the conduction system, or it will form the conduction system of our heart. Okay, so the pacemaker will be the SA node. Because why pacemaker? Because SA node has the tendency to generate the action potential, because it is what is actually a SA node. If somebody asks you, see simply SA node is a cardiomyocyte cells, a bundle or node which is present in the right auricular, okay, right auricle chamber, this chamber. Okay, so what is the location? Right auricle. What is it? It is the actually cardiomyocyte cells, okay, special type of cells, okay, cardio cells itself. Okay, now it has the potential to generate action potential, and the pathway will be SA node will transfer the action potential to AV node, AV node will transfer the action potential to AV bundle, which is the His bundle here, and this His bundle will transfer the action potential to the Purkinje fibers, or the left hand side. This is the AV bundle, is His bundle is going to the left hand side ventricles, and here these branches are the Purkinje fibers, and these fibers will are reaching to the whole ventricular chamber. So pathway will be, again we can go through the revision: SA node, AV node, SA node, AV node, and the AV bundle, and the His bundle, and the Purkinje fibers. Okay, so now coming to the next slide, you can see here what is actually the SA node. SA node is the consist of specialized cardiomyocyte cells, and it has the ability to generate action potential. Already we have discussed. So what is the pacemaker in the heart, which is the SA node. And AV node, what is the function of AV node? Through the internodal pathway, the SA node will transfer the action potential to the AV node. See, even though the SA node is pacemaker, but AV node also has the tendency to generate action potential, or it can also generate the pumping system in the heart. Okay, so then blood can pump from one location to the another. But see here, it is a little bit less effective than the SA node. So that's why the SA node is the main point. Here the AV node is the relay point. Okay, so the AV node is the relay point that will relay the action potential received by the SA node. Now coming to the SA node, SA node can generate what action potential? Every 0.6 second. Okay, here I have noted down 0.6 second, and which means it initiates 100 beats per minute. Now coming to the our normally the heart beats 70 to 80 times per minute, you all know, and an average 72 beats per minute. Okay, so now coming to the, this is the here you can see the SA node. The location is right atrium and atrioventricle node, and here the His bundle and the branches of the bundle, and this Purkinje fiber going into the ventricular chamber, you can see. And these actually these action potential will allow the pumping of the heart, but it is not the only system which will help the heart to pump the blood. The nervous system also helps. How it helps? See here, you can see I have noted down that autonomous nervous system and the hormonal coordination, means the endocrine system, also plays a very important role in the conduction of the in the conducting system of the heart. Okay, so now how we will discuss. See in the next slide, see autonomic nervous system, which performs the regulation of the heart rate. How it performs? See, you all know the parasympathetic nervous system and the sympathetic nervous system. Okay, you can see here, this is, see, this is the sympathetic and this is the parasympathetic nervous system. Now parasympathetic nervous system, what it slows down the heartbeat, whereas the acceleration of the heartbeat, means which increases the heartbeat, the sympathetic nervous system. Okay, so sympathetic nervous system, what will it will do? It will accelerates the heartbeat, and who will slow down the heartbeat? The parasympathetic nervous system. Now we will discuss about the hormones also. What are the hormones actually which responds to the means regulation of the heartbeat? See, the hormones are adrenal medullary hormones, means adrenal gland, it has two portions, the medulla and the cortex region. The medullary region, it secretes the hormone which is epinephrine and norepinephrine. Okay, these two hormones also helps in increasing the cardiac output. Okay, understood. Now we have one more hormone, very important hormone, that thyroxine. Thyroxine also increases the heart rate and the cardia. Understood. So now we have discussed about what, the autonomic nervous system, which includes the parasympathetic and sympathetic. Here, sympathetic increases the heart rate. Parasympathetic, it is you all know, antagonistic to it. It will decreases the heart rate. And what are the hormones record is there? The adrenal medullary hormone. Just remember, adrenal medullary hormone, which is epinephrine and norepinephrine, and one more hormone, which is the thyroxine. Now coming to the one more slide. Now we will discuss about the double circulation. Okay, double circulation, you all know two types of circulations are involved in our system, that is pulmonary circulation and systematic circulation. You all know pulmonary circulation means here, pulmonary circulation means when the heart pumps the blood. You all know that deoxygenated blood is coming from the body to the heart. In which portion? In the right auricular region. In right auricular region means how we have learned it, doctor, deoxygenated blood, D, in the right atrium chamber. Okay, here the in the right atrium the deoxygenated blood reaches. Now this heart will pump the blood, deoxygenated blood, through the pulmonary arteries, or pulmonary arteries to the lungs. Okay, so the lungs will oxygenate the blood and gives the blood back by the pulmonary vein to the left auricle, okay, or left atrium. Simple. Okay, this is the one circulation. And now coming to the second circulation, which is the systematic circulation, which will be done by the left part. The pumping of the blood will take place from the left part of the left ventricle, will pump the blood through the here systematic aorta. Okay, or we can say the aortic arches, that will pump the blood to the body, and the body will utilize the oxygen from the blood, and again the blood will be deoxygenated, and this again the cycle will recall again. Same again, what will happen, the heart will pump one time the blood to the lungs and one time to the body. So the the blood reaches the heart twice. Okay, that's why the name is given double circulation. Once the heart is oxygenated through the lungs, and once the body utilizes the oxygen through the blood, which is reaching to the tissues. Okay, so heart is receiving the two type of blood, the deoxygenated blood and oxygenated blood. So left part receives what type of blood? Oxygenated. Right part receives the deoxygenated blood. I hope it is very simple for you all. Here the written part is also given here, you can understand by like this. See, here the left atrium is receiving, see, the blood is going to the from the pulmon. See, one more thing, pulmonary artery, this is the only exceptional artery which has, or which receives the deoxygenated blood. Arteries, you all know, the arteries, they contain what type of blood? Oxygenated blood. But here the pulmonary artery receives what type of blood? Deoxygenated blood. Why? Because the arteries or the veins, or we can say the vessels which are going away from the heart, they are known as arteries. That's why the name is given pulmonary artery. Remember this. So now coming to the thing, the heart is having four chambers, and one side the right atrium and left atrium. Right atrium always receives deoxygenated blood, which is coming from where? Which is coming from the body, because body has already utilized the oxygen. So now the right atrium will pump the blood to which part? To the ventricle, and then ventricle will pump the blood to the lungs. Now lungs will give the blood through pulmonary vein to the left atrium. Then left atrium will pump the blood to the left ventricle, and this left ventricle will give the blood through main aorta, or we can say the aortic arches, that will here the trunk, that is aortic arches, that will distribute the blood to the body, and again deoxygenated blood will receive by the right atrium, and right atrium will right ventricle, right atrium ventricle again to the lungs. So twice, simple as that. Right atrium will always receive deoxygenated blood, doctor, and the left atrium receives the oxygenated blood. So once the blood is going to the lungs, and once the blood is going to the body, two types of blood is coming to the heart twice. Now coming to the next thing, cardiac cycle. Now we will discuss about the cardiac cycle. See, the complete output is means the complete cardiac cycle is of all about 0.8 second. How? See here, the auricle systole. We have already discussed. See, this is the explanation. Okay, first of all, you have to understand auricular systole is of about 0.1 second. And what is that auricular systole? Auricular systole means deoxygenated blood passes from right atrium to the right ventricle, and oxygenated blood passes from left auricle to left ventricle. Understood? So left and right, both portions are pumping the blood synchronized way to the lower chambers, means the upper chambers are sending the blood to the lower chambers. It will complete within 0.1 second. Now auricular diastole, it is 0.8 second. How? Right atrium receives the deoxygenated blood from different parts of the body, while left auricle receives the oxygenated blood from the lungs. Now this is the one cycle. Now you all know that this there is in cardiac cycle or in our heart, there is never the overlapping of the this chambers. Means overlapping will never occur. Means auricle chambers and ventricle chambers, they will never overlap the system. How? Just for a way, you just, I will tell you all now. See, this is the cardiac system, cardiac cycle. Here cardiac see, I'll just discuss about like this. Auricular systole is followed by auricle diastole. Diastole means relaxation, systole means contraction, which is then followed by auricular systole, and in this way a cycle of 0.8 second goes on. Okay, so one cycle completes when the one chamber systole and diastole occurs, means contraction and relaxation occurs. Ventricle systole is followed by ventricle diastole, which is then followed by a ventricle systole, and in this way a cycle of 0.8 second goes on. So ventricular chambers are going on in one way, and when auricle chambers are going in one way. So there is never overlapping of auricular systole and ventricle systole, never overlaps. So understood? Even though auricular diastole and ventricle diastole partly overlap by a 0.4 seconds. So this is called a diastole of whole heart. Understood? See, it takes 0.8 second to complete a cardiac cycle, means when the left atrium or the auricles, they contract and relax. During the contraction and relaxation, the pumping of the blood occurs in the heart, and this blood reaches to the another chamber, and again the chamber will again, the auricular chamber again is ready to receive the blood. So this is the cycle, cardiac cycle, and which is of what is the timing? That is 0.8 second. Understood? Now you can see the sound also. See that the systole and diastole, again you can see this is systole occurs from one. This is a one part. This is first. This is second. Auricular systole, the blood is going to the ventricle chamber, then ventricle passing the blood to the lungs and to the systematic arches. Then again, when this occurring, there is closing of capsate valves. Okay, capsate valves are closing. Which one? Means the auricular and the this auricular and ventricle chambers, this closing of the valves occur. This closing of the valve in between the auriculoventricular valve, you can say, this creates a sound of lub. And again, when the closing of semilunar valves occur, semilunar valves means when the blood is passing to the arches, or we can say the aorta and the pulmonary trunk, these two trunks, these walls are also closed. This is semilunar walls. Okay, when these walls are closing, means the closing of semilunar walls of the arches, that creates a sound of dub, which is a very little sound. Means it is not very big sound, it is little sound, but this is the sound which is we can listen, the lub and dub. Lub means the auricular ventricle capsates are closing, and the semilunar walls closes, the sound gives the sound the dub. Okay, now we will discuss about the sounds. Here, lub and dub. Lub sound, it is a occurs to the due to closure of auricular ventricular walls, tricuspid and bicuspid wall. You all know in between the auricular and ventricle there is a wall which is making sound what? This closing of this walls creates the sound lub. And dub, it occurs due to closure of semilunar valves, which is the aortic and pulmonary, which the blood is pumped out of the ventricles. And why it is closing? Because so the closing of these are this closing of these what we can say, the walls, what it will do, it will not allow the backflow of the blood towards the heart. Okay, because you all know the cardiac cycle is going on, the opening and closing of the chamber is occurring, and closing of the within because the closing and opening of the chamber is going on, the blood is also going inside. So deoxygenated blood is going inside the right atrium and oxygenated in the left atrium. So that is being thrown to the body and lung, vice versa. And see, just because of this reason only, so that the backflow cannot occur, these walls are being closed. Okay, so the wall will close and the blood will be pushed forward. So this closing of the walls in the auricular ventricle and the semilunar, this will make sound. That is very important. It is only been heard by the doctor to because of that stethoscope. Now this is the first heart sound of the long duration. It is of long duration. It is the second sound of short duration, the dub. So lub is systolic sound, dub is diastolic sound. Means contraction, relaxation sound is dub, and contraction is lub. Now it indicates the beginning of the ventricular systole. It indicates the beginning of ventricular diastole. Ventricular, why ventricular it is written? Because when the auricle is sending the blood to the ventricle chamber, already the auricular ventricular chamber is closed. So that's why this ventricular relaxation and contraction makes the sound. Now coming to the cardiac output, the cardiac output is what? The stroke volume into the number of beats per minute. Okay, stroke volume and to the number of beats. So what is the stroke volume? The volume of blood pumped out by each ventricle for each heartbeat is known as stroke volume. Understood? When the blood is pumped out of each ventricle, you all know the ventricle will pump the blood out, and the thick wall of the ventricle allow the pumping of the blood forcefully to the body and to the lungs. That's why, because you all know that body has to be transported to the head part, has to be transported to the lower body portion. So the ventricle chambers are thick walled in comparison to the atrial chambers, because thickening of the wall will help the ventricles to push the blood in a more forceful way. Understood? So this is the stroke volume, and cardiac output is what? The volume of blood pumped out by the heart from the each ventricle per minute. Understood? So a heart is pumping the blood per minute, the volume. Okay, so that is the cardiac output. So what will be the correctly the output? That is the stroke volume into number of beats per minute, that is 70 ml per beat, 72 beats per minute. Understood? That is 5040 ml per minute, approximately the 5 liters. Understood? Now coming to the, thank you students, thank you for to now.